What is up, my intergalactic friends? Welcome back here to another intergalactic content. Today, we are going to talk about the crew in Infinite Galaxy. Now, we are going to be a little bit more specific into the crew. We're going to talk about the tier list for the purple crew. If you want to see legendary or gold crew tier list, let me know in the comment section below. Today, we're only going to talk about the crew formation, basically. We're not talking about captains for the purple, crews. Now, when we make this video today, I want to give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer right away, because some of you guys might be watching this and your favorite crew might not be in the rank that you are looking for. So I don't want you to be upset. Understand that you and I have different mindset. We have different approach. I'm going to try to explain myself in here why I put certain crews in a certain tier or certain rank. So just understand that this is basically my opinion as well, but I'm going to try to do my best. All right. So my name is shinchi42. If you guys don't know me yet, I create regular Infinite Galaxy content. So if you'd like to see more videos, consider subscribing and turn your notification on. If this video is helpful to you and going to help you to grow in Infinite Galaxy, press like onto the video. All right, so now first, let's take a look into Helen. Helen is a crew that is a focus onto laser. Very high in tech points and a little bit more into the command points. Laser, I am going to put Helen into the S tier. So if you are working on to laser, this is definitely a crew that you need. So everybody works on it a little bit differently. I am more into the missiles. So for me, missile crew would be like Justin would be my S tier. So understand when you're looking in this tier list is that it's also depending on your setup, and I'm trying to accommodate with that situation. The next thing that we want to see is the next thing that we're talking about here is the next thing we got here is Chen Wentao. We're going to put it in A tier. This is high in command, increased leadership. Now, the reason why I'm putting her in the A tier is because I don't want you guys to just think about leadership right away in the very beginning. This is going to be a very good crew. I have her in my setup. I want to explain this in a way that if you focus only on leadership in the very beginning, you're going to suffer so many losses because your ships are weak and you're just trying to fight it out with quantity without quality. So Chen Wentao is good, but in the later stages of the game. But I highly recommend that this is something that you work on throughout the progression of your game. So the next one that we're going to do is Captain Goodman. I'm going to put him on S tier. So if you are working on two cruisers, this is something that you might look forward to, and this is going to be giving you a lot of combat points and as well as tech. So next thing we're going to talk about is Aldrich Casey. This is going to be for kinetic. Pretty similar reasoning with Helen. So if you are a kinetic main, this is definitely something that you want on your S tier rank. The next thing that we are going to talk about is Amelia Irving. This is going to be for destroyers. Same thing. If you are focused on destroyers, then this is going to be into your S rank. This is high in combat as well. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is Justin. This is something that I have, and I'm going to put this into S tier. This is missile. So I am a destroyer and missile. So my Irving and my Justin are my good setup in here for my formation. Now we're going to talk about Chen Wentao. This is going to be high into combat in logistics. So I'm going to put him into A here. This is going to be a warship armor. And the one thing that I want to say that armor is kind of meh. It's good, but I would rather focus onto shield than armor. But actually HP would be better. So actually I'm going to bring him down here into a B tier. Huasiang Fei, I keep saying he, but it's a she actually. She is a good crew, but I am not going to put her into the S tier. Into the armor is good to work on. I have her into my formation, but if I find a shield base crew, I'm definitely going to replace her for that. So I'm going to put her here on B tier, especially that she's giving out logistics here. Madeline, this is actually I would put this onto the A tier. This is going to be giving warship HP, and this is going to be more into the combat. And again, it's kind of similar to Huasiang Fei. It's also, kind of a mixture into the logistics. Now, we got Robbie here. This is a little bit of a pickle to me because I just recently upgraded Robbie Sonny Nicholas into my crew formation. Before, it was actually in my captain. Now that I have made some adjustments in my setup, warship building is what this crew gives in the formation. I'm going to put her into A in here because it helps us out on building ships daily, and the same time that we're in the kind of the end stages of the game, we're creating T10, and then also it gives us a good amount of tech points as well, and a little bit of command points as well. So I would put her in A tier. Now the next one is John Smith Connor. This is a flagship attack. Now this is probably the only flagship buff that we are going to put into A tier. Now flagship, kind of similar to Zhen Wenzhao. At the end of the day, this crew will give you a lot of benefit at the later stages of the game whenever your flagships are much stronger. So in the beginning, your flagships are relatively weak. Majority of the time, you're relying on the power of your warship. Now, at the end stages of the game, you know, once you've buffed up all your warships, right? You've got everything T10, you got your gear and everything. What's next to buff up is going to be your flagship. Flagship attack, I want you guys to pay attention to that in your reports. This guy will help you significantly at the end of the day. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is Michael Flamingo. This is going to be cruisers, so pretty much similar with the approach that we're doing with the Irving and Goodman here for the frigates and destroyer. We're going to put this crew into S tier. So if you're working on to a specifically into cruisers, then this is going to be an S tier crew. Now we're going to talk about Lieutenant Freeman. Oh, so this one is more of a I would say situational crew. This is going to increase the ship's need repair limit. If you are in a war, then this would probably go into S tier. You would have to change it to accommodate for that. But then understand that you're losing buff if you do that. But I'm going to put Lieutenant Freeman here onto the C tier for now. Now, the next thing is Dorothy Milton. This is going to be a flagship HP. Kind of similar to warship armor, even though I mentioned earlier that I prefer HP. We're going to put Dorothy Milton here into the B tier. Now, I need to clarify myself as well. When I talk about, you know, HP, attack, defense, armor, and shield, I want to mention that attack supersedes everything, in my opinion. Attack supersedes everything in a flagship scenario. All right, in a flagship scenario, you want to have the highest attack, in my opinion. Now, the defense, basically the armor, the HP, I think it's not really as crucial as is needed, because the attack is going to be constant from the battle when it begins and until it ends. All right, so you do need some, you know, defensive buff, but I think the most benefit you're going to get from the start into the end of the battle is going to be from the attack. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is Amagi Misato. This is going to be a repair speed, so we're going to put her here into C tier. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is Harvey Garrett Wild. This is a flagship armor and flagship shield, which we're going to again put it into here in this tier. All right, this is this tier that we're going to put it into. Now, similar situation with Dorothy Milton. Now we are going to look into Lincoln. This is going to be pretty much the farmers. Two of these are miners. I'm going to put it here right now. So this is pretty much the tier setup that I have for you guys today. So let me know about what you guys think about this tier list that we just have created today. I want to know, because, you know, everybody got their own approach and everybody got their own reasoning. So with that being said, my intergalactic friends, hopefully this is actually helpful in guiding you to invest into your crew. I would suggest SAB tier is really good. Prioritize into S and then get into some of the A and B depending on the situations that you are actually in. With that being said, I'll see you guys again next time.